Adrian Newey's arrival at Aston Martin is more than just a big-name signing. It marks the beginning of a bold and deeply transformative chapter for a team that has long harbored ambitions of fighting at the front of Formula One. 4.5 months ago, Newey walked through the doors of Aston Martin's gleaming new facility in Silverstone and got straight to work. Not with fanfare or ceremony, but with the quiet determination of a man who has done this before, many times, and who knows exactly what it takes to create a Formula One car capable of rewriting the competitive order. Since that day, the 66-year-old engineering genius has barely stepped out of his office, save for a handful of days off and a few trackside visits, notably to Monaco and then again to Silverstone. Newey has been completely locked in. Inside that room, he often enters what he calls a design trance, where the outside world ceases to exist and the only thing that matters is the machinery taking shape on the drawing board. His methods are almost old school in an age dominated by simulation tools and data-driven decisions. Yet they're also the reason why he is widely regarded as the greatest F1 designer of all time. What he brings is vision, instinct, and decades of irreplaceable experience. And at Aston Martin, those attributes are already sending ripples across the team. Andy Cowell, Aston Martin CEO and team principal, has seen the difference firsthand. Speaking recently under the summer sun, Cowell described Newey not just as a brilliant designer, but as an energizing force. From the moment he arrived, Newey has spent endless hours at his drawing board, sketching concepts for the 2026 car, suspension geometries, monocoque architecture, power unit integration, driver ergonomics. Every inch of the car is receiving scrutiny, and what stands out is that he's not just throwing ideas over the wall for others to solve. He's actively collaborating, helping solve the very challenges he's creating. When he pushes the boundaries, and he always does, he also works with engineers and suppliers to find practical paths forward. This philosophy has supercharged the entire factory. The supply chain, manufacturing teams, wind tunnel engineers. Everyone is now moving faster, working smarter, and innovating harder than ever before. Cowell says the speed at which they are turning Adrian's drawings into physical components and wind tunnel models is quicker than anything the team has achieved before. And it's not just speed, it's cohesion. It's like watching a perfectly choreographed sprint relay where everyone hits their mark and hands off the baton flawlessly. Newey's first Aston Martin car is being designed for the 2026 season, which will see the introduction of sweeping new technical regulations, especially in the aerodynamic domain. It's a blank slate opportunity for teams, a chance to leap forward if they get things right. Newey knows this. He's fully focused on next year. Aside from a few casual conversations about the 2025 car during lunch breaks, his energy is solely directed at the long-term future. That focus is shared by the team, who used the 2025 British Grand Prix to roll out their final update for the current car. From that moment on, the entire organization pivoted to 2026 development. They may be sitting 8th in the championship with just 36 points, but they've recognized that their real opportunity lies ahead. What makes this upcoming challenge even more complex and promising is that 2026 doesn't just bring regulation changes. It also marks Aston Martin's transformation into a full works team for the first time. With Honda officially coming on board as their power unit supplier, the team will no longer rely on Mercedes for key components. They will produce their own gearbox, their own suspension, and work hand-in-hand with Honda to tailor the power unit to their chassis. This is a huge leap. Going from a customer setup to an integrated, self-sufficient operation demands a complete overhaul in process, mindset, and infrastructure. But Cowell is optimistic. He says the transformation is energizing, not overwhelming. Everyone at the factory knows the scale of the task, but also understands the potential rewards. There's a real sense of collective ambition and willingness to embrace change. Honda, too, is fully committed. After a roller coaster journey that saw them exit Formula One only to reverse their decision and return in partnership with Aston Martin, the Japanese manufacturer is putting everything into this new chapter. Their recent success with Red Bull, where they played a key role in multiple championship wins, has boosted their confidence and reminded everyone what they are capable of. Development is already well underway. The new Honda power unit is being designed in close alignment with the Aston Martin chassis, with daily integration meetings and regular senior-level check-ins to ensure alignment. Hardware has been tested both in Japan and in Silverstone. According to Cowell, the fit between Honda's engine and the Aston Martin monocoque is progressing as planned, a testament to the collaboration between the two sides. And then, of course, there's the driver lineup. One thing that remains stable through all this transformation is the presence of Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll. Alonso, a two-time world champion, will enter his fourth season with the team next year, and despite turning 44 mid-season, he remains as sharp and competitive as ever. He has strung together a series of points finishes recently, constantly proving that his racecraft and technical feedback are second to none. Cowell is effusive in his praise. He calls Alonso an incredible asset, not just for his ability behind the wheel, but also for his insight into car development. Alonso is deeply involved in analyzing data, suggesting directions, and pushing the team to refine every aspect of performance. He's not just driving the car, he's helping shape it. His hunger remains undimmed, and that sets the tone for the rest of the garage. Stroll, meanwhile, has had a more fluctuating season. He began the year with solid points finishes and impressed in the Miami sprint with a fifth-place result. But inconsistency followed. He missed the Spanish Grand Prix due to wrist pain and struggled to convert promising runs into top results. Still, there is belief in his potential. Cowell highlights Stroll's enthusiasm and commitment to the long-term project. The team values his presence and sees him as part of the future. He is confirmed for next season and remains an integral part of the effort to climb back up the grid. Right now, Aston Martin sit 5 points behind Sauber in the standings. They know that every point matters, and they haven't given up on 2025. There's still a desire to improve short-term performance, but no one is pretending that the current car will take them to the front. The real bet is on what happens next, on what Adrian Newey is sketching behind closed doors, on how Honda and Aston Martin are fusing their capabilities, and on how a team that once operated as a midfield outfit is now aiming to challenge for podiums and one-day titles. This is not just another technical overhaul or a routine hiring spree. It's the strategic repositioning of an entire Formula One team. They're shifting from being reactive to proactive, from following the leaders to aiming to become one. The new regulations in 2026 are not just rules to be followed. They're the opportunity Aston Martin has been waiting for. What gives this story even more weight is that this isn't a project built purely on hype or marketing. The people involved, from Cowell to Newey to Alonso, are individuals with proven track records. Their ambition is grounded in substance. Newey's obsession with elegant but radical engineering solutions. Honda's determination to prove themselves once again. Alonso's refusal to back down from the elite level of the sport. These aren't empty slogans. They are ingredients for something serious. And let's not forget the investment that has gone into the Aston Martin campus. The factory is more than a showpiece. It is built to support a winning team, with all the tools and technology required to develop, build, and refine championship-level Formula One cars. For the first time, all the conditions seem to be aligning. It's now up to the team to deliver. Aston Martin's journey to 2026 is going to define who they become in this new era of Formula One. And the presence of Adrian Newey, with his relentless pursuit of aerodynamic excellence and ability to push teams to places they never thought they could reach, is not just a boost. It is the foundation. The next 18 months are crucial. They will test the limits of engineering, logistics, teamwork, and patience. The car Newey is crafting is not just a response to regulation. It is a vision for what Aston Martin can become. And if it succeeds, it won't just elevate the team. It will reshape the competitive landscape of the sport. This is what makes F1 so fascinating. It's not just about who wins the next race. It's about the long game, the bold decisions, the calculated risks, the relentless search for performance, millimeter by millimeter. What Aston Martin are doing right now might not pay off tomorrow, but it could be the seed of something that changes the entire narrative of Formula One in the years to come. And for the fans, especially those who tune in to understand what's really going on behind the scenes, this is the kind of story that matters. It's not just about the standings. It's about how those standings are shaped. It's about the people, the ideas, the commitment to a future that hasn't been written yet. Hello, McLaren faithful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren and F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. Your support helps this incredible community grow stronger every day, and it's a small effort that goes a long way. Even if you can't contribute in other ways, it's completely free to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to keep the conversation going and share our passion for McLaren and F1. Your support helps keep the community thriving. Thank you for being part of McLaren Faith.